Hello. In this message, I'm going to walk you through the steps you need for creating 21st century enlightenment in your own life, for living the most authentic and ideally happy, purposeful life possible on Earth. It's taken me 13 years to figure this out and perfect it. So stop whatever you are doing and take notes. My name is Jill Renee Feeler. In the last 3 videos, I shared how 21st century enlightenment is the best way to achieve accessible enlightenment. And I showed you that shifting your approach to inside-out spirituality is a game-changing first step. I also revealed my big secret for connecting with my soulful layers that works every time, just not as our brains had expected. Critical mental rewiring was offered there. In case you haven't checked out the first 3 videos, make sure you do that right now, because they're filled with time-saving strategies and practical information that shows how you can get started right away. So with that being said, let's jump right into the no bullshit enlightenment blueprint that I use for successfully accessing light within. This is the roadmap I use, allowing me to live my light, not seeking it, not chasing it, not imagining it, not studying it, like a theoretical force outside myself. This is truly accessible enlightenment. Light meaning love and well-being, and light as the Greeks used it to mean wisdom and truth. Enlightenment without bullshit stories that don't make sense. First, you'll need to reset your own sense of your divine energy, light, and sense of overall well-being inside of you. If you've watched the second video in the series, then you already know the first steps you can take to get started. But there's a lot more to it. You'll also need to apply the wisdom of humanity's designed purpose, because without that, you won't have the structure needed to take yourself, your light, and others' light seriously enough. You'll then want to continuously hold realistic, upgraded expectations of your soulful layers, so that you can have authentic, consistent connection to the light you are. By the way, so many spiritual devotees have that part wrong, and it causes wasted energy and layers of confused thinking and incorrect expectations. Next, you need to create an independent framework for updating your own human that lets go of the codependent, outside-in approaches to spirituality, wellness, and consciousness that rely on collective awakening experiences so that you can then feel good and purposeful without doubt. After that, you'll want to open your eyes, mind, and heart to all the ways that humanity is currently being updated, including with the increasing occurrences of Asperger's, creating new human frameworks. Acknowledge that humanity is diverging in more and more directions, not coming together into a unified belief system nor a convergent experience. This is essential to be not only open to that truth, but keenly aware of it even in yourself, helping your own consciousness to feel its own freedom and liberation to thoughtfully, heartfully be curious, be whole, and be expansive all at once. This is the growth model we know as Source. Always whole and complete, but always perpetually curious about what else can be, leading to further expansion into wider realms of wholeness. This step is also critical for making sense of why you might feel completely different from your birth family, and why you may feel like you don't fit in here, like on Earth here. Some of us didn't come to fit in. Rather, we incarnated to create our own new sense of self to be, with no guaranteed outcomes of how that would go or how that would affect others, if at all. Once you have that, you need to be connected to a sense of the big opportunity for humanity and create internal understanding for why the updates are being made. Then you'll want to have the wisdom of how soul visitors on Earth get home out of this reality, including instructions for when you die. This is where the sense of independent connection gets very real, because Earth is confusing with alternative agendas, and most people don't know that the afterlife is also confusing and also has alternative agendas that are primarily focused on getting souls back into new lives. So if you don't know that truth, then unnecessary, haphazardly planned incarnations happen all the time. It's one of the primary reasons that this planet is having a lot of its present challenges. No one here needed to incarnate, but only a tiny portion know this. It's crazy that we don't know this critical concept. The final step is creating the trust that such truths are indeed knowable, similar to the way the great Greek philosophers accessed and offered wisdom for their time. This allows our awesome brains to assess and accept while remaining curious and discerning for continuous growth, development, and creation in your life. So that is the blueprint for no bullshit enlightenment. When in place, you will feel a sense of stability in your life, a true inner peace, and a confidence in your purpose, with the energy needed to consciously create and respond to life. Because we aren't attracting things to us. We are creator energy inserted into space-time from beyond space-time, by choice and by design, capable of consciously updating self into a more aware, loving, confident, curious being for an upgraded sense of self, an updated human from the inside out, allowing the free will of others to be what they will, putting in place healthy boundaries as needed, and a clear sense of self that is separate from others because they are them and you are you. You is all you can be. It is more than enough for purposeful, conscious creation of you, your one. You will now feel increased originality, creativity, and unblocked access to your divine energy, your soulful layers, and no longer question or doubt your life's purpose nor meaning. This is a game-changing system that works, and I'm so glad that you have these steps. Now, these steps are covered in great detail in my Updating Humanity workshop that's coming out soon, providing the exact steps you need to take to access enlightenment for living the most authentic and ideally happy, purpose-filled life possible on Earth, helping you create a life that matters and ideally make some difference in this world, no matter how small that may seem to us. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you click the link in the video description and place your email on the early bird waitlist. That way you will get access to my workshop one day before it launches to the public soon. In the next video, I'll share a specific example with you, and I'll show you what it looks like once you're up and running with 21st Century Enlightenment. Thank you for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next video.